Where do we even start? No tears, yes?
Yeah, no tears.
Okay.
No going back.
Hiya guys, and welcome to a bit of an unusual Tuesday video.
Yeah, it's an update. I think we've all been ready for this, haven't we?
I think it's been a common sort of age thing, and everybody's been asking a lot of questions and we haven't really had answers. And
No, because we haven't had answers up until the last week or so. So you know that our van has been in storage while we've been doing doctor's appointments and hospital appointments. It's still there, but we've made a decision.
we keep saying we've made a decision. I think the decision was kind of made for us, to be honest. So if anybody who hasn't been following along, we've had a bit of a dodgy couple of months. So we're going to kind of fill you in. We're going to tell you everything that's going on. So stay all the way through the video because there is a lot of updates. There's a lot of answers to questions people have been answering that we kind of skirted answering because we didn't really know where we were as. So we'll start off. Health issues. We've had a lot of health issues that personally mine have been an ongoing situation, which was one of the main reasons we left the pub in the first place, was because of my health. Things have kind of taken a back burner because you haven't been very well.
I wouldn't say that I've not been well, but I mean, it all started, didn't it? While the van was being repaired, we decided to catch up with our health and make sure, we got our annual checks with things like flu jabs, and I got my diabetic annual check done. And it was while I was having that check done that they had a problem with my blood pressure, which was on the high side.
Yep.
Which is unusual because it's normally on the low side. I'd had low blood pressure for a couple of years. Surprising running a pub, having that, but hey ho, that's what it was. So I had to go back, didn't I? So I got another appointment 2 weeks later to go back and have it done again. And it was a different nurse, and she was taking my pulse, and it was, do you suffer with arrhythmia or whatever it's called? And I said, no, nothing like that at all. She said, well, you got an irregular heartbeat. She obviously wasn't. She was quite concerned, obviously, because she wanted to go and find a doctor straight away. She couldn't find one, so she said, make an appointment, try and get in as quickly as possible. And I'm going to wait until you've made the appointment before I see the next person. So I can't say that it was like urgent and like you need to go to hospital straight away, because it wasn't. So I'm not going to say that it was that kind of emergency, but they were concerned.
In case you haven't realised, Andrew doesn't seem to see that this is a major issue. Me personally, I panic all the time. So now it's become a thing where every night I sit and I listen to his heart because it freaks me out. So Andrew's heartbeat, what he does is it's got the normal rhythm. It's ba-bum, 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 and it stops. And I'm like, no, that freaks me out. So they have put you on a heart monitor.
Yes, they have. So I'm on this for the day, for a 24-hour thing, so they can see what's happening. As I say, I'm not too concerned because I think I've had it a while. My biggest concern is my legs at the minute. We've just walked up here and they've just stiffened up, and it's excruciating to walk. So walking's not a pleasure anymore for me.
No, which isn't great when it comes to van life.
No.
Because a lot of it involves a lot of walking, a lot of exploring. So that leads us on to the big update, isn't it, really? So that was one of the main reasons. The other thing is finances. It's kind of a twofold situation, isn't it? Because van life itself is quite manageable. You haven't got as many bills, you haven't got as much things coming out of the bank, but it's still, for us, it was still quite an expensive thing. It wasn't something you could do.
It's only been expensive because of the repairs that we've had to make. I mean, it's cost us a small fortune, hasn't it?
Well, it's cost us, we're going to be completely honest, it's cost us just over £3,000 this time, and it cost us just over £3,000 last time. So altogether it's cost us about £6,500. Now, for us, we had savings in the account. We've always said that. We've always been very honest with how we were like doing van life. We had money left over from the pub, our savings, and that was what we were using to be able to do what we were doing. Unfortunately, because of what it costs us to do these fixes, we don't have the savings in the account anymore. So that kind of led us to, well, we can keep Avandra, but we've got no money to be able to explore. We couldn't afford campsites, we couldn't afford to do anything extravagant. Or we put Avandra up for sale, try and recoup some of that money back that we spent, and then, move forward from that side of things. So unfortunately, that's the route we've gone down, hasn't it?
Yeah, but it's not just those couple of things, is it? It's lots of things. It was like Avandra's getting older, and we've spent a lot of money repairing.
Yeah.
You know, if we keep Avandra and keep doing it to keep van life going for another year, how much do we spend again when it comes around to MOT time? And she's another year older, and are we going to get the use out of her this year? If both of us with doctors and hospital appointments, I've got another one now in August, for something completely different. Are we going to get the use out of her that we want for how much it's costing us in the repair work? I'm not saying that there's going to be any repairs next year, because she might sail through the MOT. We thought that this year, and it didn't work out, did it? So there's that. There's also, for me personally,
anybody who doesn't follow us and doesn't really know, we lost Soda at the end of last year. So Andrew was pride and joy, but in Avandra, that's all we see. Every time we look somewhere or every time we're doing something, we just see Soda. And I know if you haven't got a dog, you're not going to understand, but for us, it is a huge thing. The girls look for her. It's become such a thing of, we associate Avandra with Soda because it was all five of us. We took on that adventure all as our family. So now to be doing it without her just kind of feels, I don't know, it's
not
difficult.
the same. It's not the same, is it?
And it's not the same on a lot of things, is it? It's like a lot of people, we discuss it all the time. It is one of our biggest things, especially in our podcast, is we're discussing about closures. We're discussing about how difficult it is becoming to actually live in a motorhome in the UK. And it is becoming so difficult. We've seen a lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's so easy. It isn't easy. It isn't easy for us in a 7.5 metre motorhome. It's become more on my mental health. It's become such a difficult thing of, on an afternoon, the panic sets in straight away of where we're sleeping tonight. That for me was a major thing of another, it's just a pile of things. It's just like another thing on top of another thing on top of another thing of reasons of for and against van life for us now. When we first started out, the adventures were amazing. Like, we're never gonna.
Oh, we've had the most amazing time since we left the pub. It's almost 2 years to the day. Watch out on Thursday, because we've got a special video Thursday celebrating 2 years away from the pub. Well, 2 years in van life, really.
Yeah.
Rather than leaving the pub. But yeah, that's coming Thursday. But it's just lots of little things, isn't it? And you weigh up the pros and cons of continuing the way that we were, and you know, we've now also got the opportunity. We've got the house.
Yeah.
Which was a big thing for us. Stuart's mum's got a pub in Pickering, so there's just Stuart's brother living in a 3-bedroom house. So that opportunity arose, and it's like, well, we were only supposed to be there for a night or two while Avandra got fixed after the MOT, and of course the MOT failure was a lot more catastrophic, and it took a lot longer than 2 nights. It was
and a lot more money than we planned.
Yes, and we kind of got comfortable with the situation of, I'm not worried about you worrying where we're going to be sleeping overnight and finding somewhere to park up and all that kind of thing, because it was stressing you out.
It's not just that, it's also the safety side of things. Like, we were as safe as we physically could. We always had our number one rule is, if one of us didn't feel safe, we moved. And that started to become difficult because there wasn't as many park-ups. Like, even for us, for only saying we did it for 2 years, we noticed such a huge difference in that 2 years of the park-ups. When we first started, we went back to places and they weren't there anymore, and it was kind of like, you weren't allowed to be there. And it's just become such a difficult thing to do, and until that changes, it's not going to get any easier.
It's just in flux, isn't it? Because for as many that are closing around the country, you know, they're trying to open some up, but they're not in the areas that we want to be.
Not just that, they're not free.
No.
They are becoming, yes, like there is new ones coming up. There is some beautiful ones coming up, but they're charging you to be there. And this isn't being us being skinflints, but if I'm going to be paying for that, I can be paying rent, and I can be actually having a home that I can be doing what I want in. We've got space. It's not the worry and the panic of every day where we're going to be sleeping and how we're going to be safe. That for me is a big thing for us. So all them things have kind of contributed to the fact of that we are going to be stepping away from van life.
Yep.
It isn't going to be
It's not easy.
No, it isn't at all. It's heartbreaking. Avandra is still there. We still own Avandra. She is still here. We've sat on these beautiful days and sat there and gone, should we just go and jump in it and go away for the weekend? And it is a big, huge thing for us, but financially we can't afford to, and medically I don't think it's worth putting either our healths at risk to be continuing on a journey that we've kind of gone. We're going to close the chapter on and start a new chapter on.
So it was always a temporary fix, wasn't it? When we left the pub, we had nowhere to go. We knew we were going to find it difficult to rent with 3 dogs.
It wasn't just that, it was also the financial side of things. It wasn't cheap to rent. It still isn't cheap to rent. I'm quite lucky in the fact of it's my family home. So it's owned by my mum. So for me, it's we are very, very lucky to be in the situation we're in. It's going to be a temporary situation. We haven't made any final...
No, but while it's there, and we're getting use out of it, and we're doing bits and bobs around the house, aren't we?
Yeah, we're fixing stuff up. My brother's loving the fact that he's got somebody in the house and he isn't alone, because he's only 24. So for him, it's like he's gone from having a rustling house to just him wandering around in this big house by himself.
And that's not helped him either, has it?
No,
being on his own. It
hasn't helped his mental health.
So it just seems more positive with the way that we're going at the moment, with doing, as you say, closing the chapter on van life for now. You never say never.
No, never say never. And I do have to also say we've met some amazing people on this journey. There's more people than I can mention, but we have met some amazing people.
Yep.
The Owners Club have been absolutely phenomenal with us.
Yes.
They did a whip round to try and to see if they could try and fix the situation. We've had an amazing 2 years, and we're going to keep in touch with every single person. Yep. And the biggest thing is we've met some amazing subscribers. All you people that follow us and watch our videos and talk to us and join us in, this isn't the end. This isn't the end of Stuart and Andrew. We are going to keep continuing. Things are going to have a bit of a change up. So come Thursday, there's going to be a bit of a shock to the channel. So we have got a new profile photo. There is going to be a bit of a change to the name of the video. The name of our channel. There is going to be a bit of a shake-up, but we are going to keep continuing doing our Thursday podcasts. That isn't changing. But what is changing?
Yes, because we're not restricted to van life. Our podcasts will be open up to all sorts of things. We're so good at talking about things and not arguing, but we have so many. We have debates, don't we?
Well,
because we sometimes have different opinions, but a lot of the time we have the same opinion, and we can talk forever. So we're going to give that a go. So we'll be opening it up to all sorts. But
because we're not restricted anymore. So because we're not restricted to the content we can put out, it means we've opened up a whole new field of what we can and can't talk about, what we can and can't film. So we are still going to keep doing our adventures, because we're not going to stop adventuring.
Nope.
We are going to be still doing it, as you can see. We haven't stopped getting out and about. We are still going to do things around the country, and we're going to still explore.
Yeah.
But it means that we can kind of share some stuff that we've found out over the years, and some hints and tips on to save some money, because that was something else that one of my big videos over on the TT, it was saving some money. So we are gonna.
This was the doggy poop bags, wasn't it?
It was,
versus nappy
bags. Yeah. If you haven't seen that video, there is a video out there with it on.
There is, yeah.
But we're just gonna open up our spectrum of what we can and can't record, and maybe just go down some avenues that we've kind of avoided because of van life.
Yeah, and we've got, as I say, we've got strong opinions and on simple things and controversial things.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting.
It should. Sundays are going to stay the same.
Yeah.
Sundays we are still going to keep doing quizzes. So if you haven't joined us in our quizzes, every Sunday we do. As of now, every Sunday we are going to be doing a quiz.
Yeah.
We are going to change it up a bit, because at the moment we were doing them for free. They're very time consuming for Andrew. Andrew has to sit for quite a few hours setting up these quizzes and games and whatever else. So they are now going to cost you 25p. It's 25p a week. So all you have to do is just join our membership. It's
99p.
99p is how much it costs for the month.
Yeah.
And that gives you, let you join in for 4 quizzes. You can
up it. You can pay £1.99 and join in with the extra games that we play as well at the end.
Okay. And then if you aren't even interested in those, there is our 3 ordinary subscriptions, which is just helps us be us. It helps us put out content. It helps us buy all sorts for the dogs, and it's just they're just there to help us as people. We do have a few subscribers out there. They will be at the bottom. Yeah. Just because we give them a nice shout out. So so Sundays will still be our quizzes. Thursday will be our podcasters, and Tuesdays will be our.
It's going to be Stuart and Andy, but instead of van life, it's going to be Stuart and Andy life, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be, real life. We've started doing a bit of gardening, although we haven't got a garden, so that's coming up.
Yeah, gardening on a budget.
I've got some ideas as well. I mean, I found out recently that there was my bedroom at my house in Hucknall. There was quite a violent.
There was a story behind it. Let's not put it in this one. But
no, it's not going to go in there. But I'm gonna because now we're opening it up. It means I can do stuff. So yeah, there was a
gruesome thing happened.
A gruesome thing in our family bedroom. So that's going to come up as well.
Lovely.
Yeah, I know, but it gives us the freedom. We're going to be talking football. Obviously, you know that I'm a Forest fan, so we can talk football. We can talk Disney and all the Disney controversy.
That's all going to be happening on a Thursday. So Thursdays will be podcast days. Tuesday will be our vlogging days. That we'll let you know what we've been up to, whether it be the exposition that we did at the train station, whether it was the light show. If you haven't seen that video, it was brilliant. That light show was amazing. It was with drones. Never seen it before, but I will be catching it again. We're going to do some galas. We're going to go and visit some nice waterfalls in the area. Yeah, we've got loads coming up. Yeah. So we aren't stopping. We are continuing. It is just a new chapter to our ever-living Stuart and Andrew book of sorts now, isn't it? That's what it's become. It's become a story of our life and how it ever changes, because everybody's life changes. It isn't always as straightforward as you plan it, and the road might have veered to the left a little bit of where we planned, but it's still tracking. We're still here, and as you can see, we're still enjoying being out and about.
I have to say, I didn't realise until we came up here how beautiful this area is. And you said something to me the other day. You don't appreciate what you've got on your back doorstep.
Well, this is literally our back doorstep.
This is literally our back doorstep.
My house is just literally around the corner.
And it's absolutely stunning. You know, we've been all over the UK, haven't we?
Yeah.
You know, we've seen some sights, and that's been another one of those wonderful things. You know, we've met some beautiful people, and we've seen some beautiful sights. And, you know, this is quite comfortable, isn't it? You know, I lived in Filer for 14 years, and how often did we use the beach?
Not very often.
You know, and you're right, you don't always appreciate what you've got. But this is lovely. You know, we normally bring the dogs up here with us, and it's just a nice place.
It is. So that is the update. That is what everybody was waiting to hear and wanting to know what was going on. That is what's going on. We are putting Avandra for sale. So if you come across her, that's what's happening, so that you don't be shocked and go, oh my God, they're stopping and this and that. We are stepping back. Like we said, we're not going to say never as ever, because we don't know that.
No, we don't. We don't know what's in store. We still don't have a plan, and that's the thing. But we do know what we need to do
to survive
short term. Right now, we need to think short term rather than longer term, and you know we're quite comfortable with that, aren't we?
It's not like, please don't get me wrong. We've had nights of tears. We've had the amount of plans we've gone through. Like, I think the most weirdest situation for us is the fact that we have options. That is something we've never had before. It's not like we've had to sit there and go, this is what we have to do because it's the only option. It's kind of like, do we take Avandra, but then we've got no money, so we wouldn't be able to do it. We wouldn't be able to do it because Andrew and myself are struggling a little bit. He can't walk very far without feeling uncomfortable or sore. So it's kind of like, right, okay, so that maybe isn't the right way to go. Do we stay here? Do we rent somewhere? Do we maybe look at like finding somewhere to rent? Do we become warden? It's just been a never-ending conversation, and it has been never-ending. That's what it's felt like. of options.
we applied
where do we move?
We applied for campsite wardens, didn't we? And
But then the issue with that is of course, you then putting Avandra on a site to sit there for a year after you've paid £3,500 for it to be able to move around and whatever else. Kind of felt like it was, well, what was the point in paying all that money to have a motorhome? We could just buy a caravan. We went through caravans.
Static caravans, didn't we?
We then had a discussion of buying a static caravan on a site. Like literally, we've gone through every option we can physically think of. To try and continue some sort of van life, but it's just become
it was just too difficult, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, we looked at static caravans. There aren't many sites that do 12 months that you can live in. Most of them are holiday homes,
and the ones that are absolutely extortionate. That you could just buy a house.
Yeah.
So that just became another.
Yeah. So I think we'll explore that in one of our podcasts. The route that we've gone through to try and find an alternative to van life, and we'll also do. We've got some interesting tales about the van and putting it up for sale as well, because we've been kind of toying with the idea for a couple of weeks, haven't we? So we've got some. We've got some tales to tell about that as well. So that will be another podcast as well.
We will. I think we're going to do a vlog, aren't we, on the sale of Avandra, because it's not going to be nice. It's going to be quite an emotional ride for us, but it's also going to be a bit of a learning curve, because we have learned quite a few things along the way. We thought it was difficult buying one, but selling one seems to be even worse. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, thank you for everybody that has supported us for the last 2 years with the channel. Like I've said, the channel isn't going anywhere. She's just having a bit of a shake-up. She's getting a bit of a makeover. She's going to be...
Our life's getting a bit of a makeover.
Well, it's getting more than a bit of a makeover.
Not quite the makeover that we particularly wanted. I mean, it would be lovely to be saying, oh, we've got a brand new van, we're off into Europe for 3 months. But
finances and...
No.
Finances are just not where they need to be
First and foremost, our health comes first, because without our health, we can't do anything.
Yes, of course.
So that has got to come first, which kind of stops us travelling right now, short term.
Yeah, but we're skint now.
And the fact that Avandra's just going to sit there doing nothing seems nonsensical. So we know we've made the right decisions. It's hard and it is difficult, and there'll be days when we think, what have we done?
Yeah, I know. But it makes sense to us, and that is what has to happen, because at the end of the day, it's our lives. You follow us because of who we are as people, because of how stupid and silly we are.
This has taken 3 months to come to this point, because we left Scotland middle of January to bring Avandra down for the MOT, and we've been discussing, ever since she failed the MOT, we've been discussing exactly this, and it's taken 3 months.
And we're still no further forward. Like, please don't sit there and think like it's going up for sale today, because she isn't. She's still got all of our stuff in it. She still needs cleaning. We've already just paid again for another month of storage. Like, there is no fast tracking this decision at all. But we are going to get there. We will get there, because we haven't got a choice. And it's me and you. It's the way we do things. We don't do things by halves. But yeah, so that's where we're at. We just wanted to make sure that we're all up to date, and that we just, we're okay. Yeah,
I mean, it sounds like I'm like really, really ill. I'm not at all.
Stop saying that. I hear the fact that you keep downplaying the fact that you've got an irregular heartbeat, that the doctors are really worried about you, that they put you on heart monitors and stuff, and you just keep going, I'm okay, it's all right. It's not like my heart keeps stopping.
I'm fine.
Yeah. He says that, but you should have heard him coming up this hill. Oh, me legs. Oh, me legs.
That's the worst thing. It's my legs that are hurting, and we don't seem to be able to get to the bottom of it. But that came about at Castleton last October. So
yeah, he's just getting old.
Yeah, I'm getting old. I know I'm getting old. So, see, what we want to do is retire with a nice motorhome and just go into Europe in the sun.
No, it isn't. I wanted to buy a house in Bulgaria. That was another option.
Oh my goodness.
The amount of options we've looked at.
That was another option, wasn't it?
Yeah, thanks, Conrad. It is a sad situation when we think about the fact that we have to sell Avandra, but we also think about the positive. We think about the fact that we've had an amazing 2 years, that we've met some amazing people. We've seen some absolutely astonishing places that we would have never seen if we hadn't have made this adventure. We have so much positive that's come from these 2 years that we just want to look forward and think, right, okay, we don't want to dwell on the negative of the selling airing and it's heartbreaking and this, that and the other. Yes, we know it is, but yeah, there's so much more positive to come from that situation. And we just want to look forward, don't we, to the next chapter and the next...
We're not people to be sat around moping. We'll be out and about. We'll be doing things.
God,
We have done, and we will continue to do that.
And we're going to take you along with us.
Yeah.
That is the plan. The plan is we're going to show you life after van life. Our van life videos are still staying up because it's a part of us. It's a part of
a big part.
What we
Massive
did
part.
and where the channel originally started from. But as life changes, so does the channel. The channel has to change with us because that was the whole point. The channel is us.
New name coming Thursday.
Well, twist on our name.
Yeah, you find out on Thursday what the new channel name is going to be.
And a new photo and a new banner and everything's going to change. It's all going to be new and different.
Yeah.
So catch us Thursday.
Yeah.
And thank you once again for just being you and following us. It's been an amazing 2 years, but yeah, there's more to come.
Lots more to come.
See you Thursday.
See you Thursday.
Bye.